You know, I am so thrilled to be on today. Welcome to Mondays with Monté. It is Thanksgiving week, and as last week we talked a little bit about thankfulness, and we continued this week with hearts of gratitude and appreciation for all that the Lord has done. And though we highlighted during this time of year, let us always rejoice with the Lord. As you can see, I am so blessed to not be by myself today. And we are going to call Dr. Frymire my first unofficial guest. And next week, I'll have my first official.
That
I'll
sounds
be
good.
sitting with another guest on next week. But as you all know, we have been urging you all to come on today for a very, very, very exciting announcement. And I am so glad to be joined by a man of God that I love very deeply. I would imagine that most of you know him, but we don't want to be assumptive. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Reverend Dr. Jeffrey Frymire. How are you, Dr. Frymire?
Thank you, Brother Dillard. It's always good to be with you.
So good to have him here. Dr. Frymire is from the James Earl Massey Center for Compelling Preaching. Did I say that correct?
You got it right.
And
you
it
got
is
it right.
housed at the SOT School of Theology at Anderson University right here. And we are so thrilled to have him. I met Dr. Frymire several years ago, almost 10 years ago, around the 100th year of NACOG.
Yeah.
And
Up on the hill.
Up on the hill. And are you still on the board at NACOG?
I just went off after 10 years. 10 years. So.
Dr. Frymire had been on the board for National Association of the Church of God for many years. And so thankful for he and Reverend Joni. They are such a blessing. And we thank God for him being today. Dr. Frymire, how you feel?
I'm doing fine. Doing fine. You know, for an old guy, I'm doing all right.
The ecclesiastical hyperbole just won't stop here. And so we're so thankful for that. How are things over at the Massey Center?
We're having just a wonderful time. There's been some tremendous response to the things that we're doing.
Sure.
And we're now just about finished with the second year.
Yeah.
And we were actually going over some of the outcomes and progress and things we said we were going to do.
Yeah.
And we are on point, ahead of schedule in a lot of these things because the church has responded so well.
Well, we're happy to hear that. And we hope that your response goes to another level, because we are so excited to be able to come today and share some major things that will be happening this summer surrounding the Massey Preaching Center's conference, and a special addition to it in partnership and collaboration. And we're so excited. I'm first going to have Dr. Frymire share with us about the preaching clinic that is coming in June. When I started here at Church of God Ministries, my very first week, the preaching clinic was happening this past year, and I went over, and let me tell you, I was blown away, and that is not hyperbole. So he'll share a little bit about that, and then we'll share some additional components to that week.
When the grant proposal was being put together for the Eli Lilly Foundation, we put into the grant the idea of having what we called the National Preaching Clinic. This was something that back in the 70s, Dr. James Earl Massey used to do over at Salem Church in Dayton, and he did it every year for a decade or more. And so when I came on board, I said, let's do that. And I didn't want to reinvent the wheel. We just copied what Dr. Massey had done. To be honest, I went to that clinic year in and year out for about a decade. I learned how to preach sitting under Dr. Massey at the National Preaching Clinic.
The Prince of Preachers.
Absolutely. Just tremendous influence.
Yeah.
And so we decided we would copy the same schedule, and that's basically what we do. And I had come on board in January, and we were trying to get organized, but we said, hey, we have to do this, even though it was only going to be a few months lead up. But we did. We had 35, which was our goal that first year, and just really, really went well.
Yeah.
A lot of word of mouth went out. We got better advertising out. We doubled that this past year and had 70 people that were registered. After it was over, we sat down with the team and said, what are our goals and projections for 2026? And we think we're going to double again.
Yeah.
So our plans at this point are there'll be 150 to 200 ministers from the Church of God and, frankly, from other communes that have found out about this and are coming. And we are going to do this from June 1 to 4. It's a Monday through a Thursday. We start on Monday evening, and we spend time listening to really outstanding preachers. Horace Shepherd Jr. is going to be there the first night, and Luke Power, who's the Dean of Duke Chapel, is going to be our special guest. Bishop Clark's going to be coming in, and the Leanne Ketchum, who is the primary preaching professor at the School of Theology, and I will also be preaching. And then we do conferences to teach other ministers how to preach, how to be more effective, how to develop the habits that they need for preaching. And then we actually give each and every one of them a chance to be in a small group and to preach for about 8 to 10 minutes,
Sure.
not a whole sermon, but to preach in front of a group of peers and a coach and have some feedback to help them in the preaching.
Yeah. I witnessed this model for the first time this year. I was blown away. And I was no one is off limits at the preaching clinic, because after Bishop Timothy Clark finished preaching, Dr. Frymire got up and said, let's just discuss his sermon now. I was like, are we doing this live and in action?
Yeah, absolutely.
And but this is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful element that our movement provides. I've talked a lot about it is nothing wrong with us looking externally and cross-movementally or cross-denominationally, but we have some tremendous things that our own movement provides. We have this great treasure in Dr. Frymire, the legacy of Dr. Massie, and the great work that is happening at this preaching clinic, June the 1st through the 4th, here in Anderson at Anderson University.
Yes.
And if you are a preacher, a minister, aspiring, we would urge you to make your way to this clinic June 1st through June 4th. Again, it's here in Anderson, and it is happening right on the campus of Anderson University. And God bless you for carrying that tremendous vision.
Well, thanks. It's really been wonderful, and it's affordable is the other thing. We're charging a $125 registration. For that, you get several meals, you get all the conference, you get some experience, you get some influence, some connections, and we'll even give you some books. So for $125, it's a very inexpensive piece.
Mm-hmm.
Anderson University has been kind enough to open up the dormitories. So if you really want to do it inexpensive, you can stay in the dormitories for 3 or 4 nights for the cost of 1 night at a hotel.
Yeah.
So we wanted to make it affordable. We wanted to make it available for everybody. And it has been a wonderful thing in this sense, Monty. Dr. Foggs came up to me after the Tuesday evening service last year, and Dr. Foggs, the senior spokesman here, and Dr. Foggs came up and said, Jeff, this is interracial, intercultural, and it's interdisciplinary.
Sure.
And he said, we're just not doing those kinds of things in the church. There are not a lot of those kind of events. So we had 50-50 black and white, about 50-50 male and female. We had people from outside the Church of God that came in. I think this has the potential for being a real revival of preaching in the Church of God and beyond.
And Lord knows we need it and welcome it.
Yeah. But I thought this was something that we could build on too. And when I came back from Denver, I got the idea that maybe there ought to be something more that we could do, and called you up and said, let's have lunch. And once we got to lunch, we found out, as the Lord often does, He's leading in the same direction from different places with different people to join together.
You are so right, Dr. Frymire. And we were at lunch, and he slid a format to me over talking about the preaching clinic, and had a component on there. And I told you in that restaurant, the anointing was there. I could feel the hair on my arm stand up, because that week, the preaching clinic is not the only element. We are bringing back an Anderson camp meeting. Whoa. Yes, you are hearing it here, live and direct from Dr. Frymire and I, that Anderson camp meeting is happening. So come home. Yes, you heard it live and direct here. He Dr. Frymire mentioned, he said, why don't we have a camp meeting? And
Absolutely.
I said to him, I had already talked to staff. One of the things I did very early on as I came, I asked the staff, can you guys do a little feasibility on, would it be possible for us to have a camp meeting back here in Anderson? And so when you mentioned it, I knew it was the Lord. And I am so stoked. Yes, you heard it. Tell everybody, Anderson camp meeting, come home.
I think it's a wonderful thing. We had people last year at the clinic who were talking about how wonderful it was to be on the grounds again
Yeah.
and to be worshiping together. I think there's a real need. This is what I've sensed in traveling
Sure.
across the movement. You do more than I do, but I do quite a bit. There's a hunger for us to gather together.
Yeah.
We don't have enough of it. And so the opportunity for us to gather together and to spend a week on the grounds that housed the camp meeting for all those many years, it's just an outstanding opportunity for everybody to come home and to come home for Anderson Camp Meeting. You come to the preaching clinic.
Yeah.
We've got things that we're going to be doing that week for spouses and teenagers and youth. We're in the planning stages. We think this will have a tremendous opportunity for people to come early in the week, and then once Wednesday hit and we do this crossover service,
and
go on from there.
we go into full-fledged. So the camp meeting will officially begin on Wednesday, June the 3rd. We, in that evening service, will have a crossover combined service with the preaching clinic and the opening launch of camp meeting. And we will spend Wednesday the 3rd through Friday the 5th. We do realize it's not as long as camp meeting has historically been, but we want to just have opportunity, right, to invite you all back home, right, to Anderson, Indiana, put your feet on the ground at the university, and we are overwhelmingly excited. One of the things I said to the team is we will not just call this camp meeting in name only. We want the spirit of camp meeting. I have on my desk a booklet from convention here from 1972. I've been studying, and let me tell you something, it was some robust programming. I don't know how they slept at camp meeting back then, but we are overwhelmingly excited to be partnering with the Massey Preaching Clinic, the School of Theology. Anderson University has been so gracious to provide us space on the grounds. I walked through Byram Hall the other day for the first time. I think the only standing building from the Height original building. John Walters has been given extensive history, and we are so excited. And as Dr. Frymire said, for those of you who are aspiring to go deeper in the ministry, even in understanding God's word, we have the preaching clinic. It will run from the first Monday, and you guys wrap up Thursday the 4th.
We do.
And the camp meeting will officially begin Wednesday night, June the 3rd. And then that morning we'll have programming. They'll be finishing programming, and we'll run all day June the 4th, and then all day June the 5th. And we are overwhelming. We too will be provided opportunities from Anderson University to ensure that this is not negatively economically impacting. There'll be opportunities to stay on campus.
Absolutely.
We're working out opportunities for meals. All of the things the clinic was provided, they are making available to us as well. We also are planning local hotels. There are several and plenty options in that regard. And I was talking to someone the other day, said, a lot of people have friends that still live here. They'll just stay with their friends.
We did that for a lot of years, came in and found somebody's bedroom or couch, so those will be available too.
Absolutely. And so we believe that this is a time of re-centralization for our movement, and that the saints can come home to a place where it all began. And we are also providing and preparing some FAQs, frequently asked questions. And the team wanted me to kind of, make sure we were clear on a few things. This is not necessarily a designation that camp meeting is coming back every year.
Right.
We are not at that point yet. We still have our convention plan 27 in Cincinnati. So none of those things. Right now, though, what we're focusing on is an amazing time in God's Spirit and fellowship in Anderson on the week of June 1st through the 5th with the Massey Preaching Clinic, and it's official. Anderson camp meeting, and we want to invite you to come home.
Come home.
Come on. We've been holding this for
I
weeks.
know, I can't.
But God, we were gonna explode.
Come home. Come home to Anderson camp meeting.
Listen, the registration and information, Dr. Frymire, where can they go to register for the preaching clinic?
You can get on the Anderson University website.
Anderson.edu?
Yep, and it's right there with the events button that they have on there, and you can register for that. It's $125, $75 if your spouse comes with you, and it's $150 if you're bringing your kids. And we hope to have programming for children, for youth, for young adults, for the whole family. So we're hoping everybody will come. There'll be lots to do. Even when the preaching clinic is going on, we think there will be lots of programming to be able to do through the university and the like that we can offer for men and women and kids and everybody.
And we are finalizing information for registration and housing for camp meeting. And again, we are being very, very mindful of how all of this looks economically, but we want you to come home. I can hear the hymns now.
I can
What's
too.
your favorite hymn, Dr. Frymire? Do you have a favorite?
Whether I live or die, whether I wake or sleep,
Oh,
I am the Lord's, I know.
oh my goodness. Well, you know, when I hear it as well, that last verse, and Lord, haste the day. When I hear that part, it is just over. When my faith shall be sight. And so we're singing hymns. We're hearing from Church of God preaching voices. We're going to be in fellowship, and it is going to be an amazing time. We want you to tell everybody you know that Anderson Camp Meeting is back, so come home. We have the Massey Preaching Clinic the same week. Want to thank you for your partnership.
Oh, it is a pleasure and an honor. This is exciting for us.
It is for us as well. This is what God has called for us to do in this season, is to partner, to collaborate, and to come together and be the movement like we have always meant to be.
It's unity, my brother. We are unified in the cause that God has called us to.
That's it, and we will not have it any other way. So tell everybody.
Absolutely.
We want the problems of running out of space. I like them kind of problems.
Let's have those problems.
Let's have those kind of problems, and there'll be more information. I also want to say this too. I don't want the team to get me. You know, the university no longer has the capabilities for campers. I want to make sure I say that. So there are some elements that we can't do. We do know that there are 2 campgrounds not far
away.
And so we discussed that in our meeting.
We did.
About how it is that we might provide information if anyone is coming in that regard. So we will miss that element. I do want to make sure I say that. But we are shooting to make it as close to what you recall as possible. And we're excited.
We'll just tease you a little bit. We at the preaching clinic, we thought it was incredibly important that we worship well together.
Yes.
And so we put a lot of resources into those worship services. And just as a taste, we're working on getting a full orchestra, professional orchestra, and some others to join in, a large choir. We have a musical from Lloyd Larson that we're talking about, a 16 to 18 minute piece that was written by Charles Myricks. We have stuff that you'll want to be a part of. I think this is going to be just one of those times when we get together and worship and the ceiling just starts to lift.
I believe that it is going to indeed. And the clinic is going to have amazing things Monday, Tuesday, early Wednesday. But that opening service Wednesday night.
It's going to be something.
Oh, I can feel it now. That opening service Wednesday night. And so get excited. Tell everybody. We also, I'll say this in this last piece, this also is the timing almost feels divine because we have several key anniversaries
absolutely.
that we will be celebrating. The movement itself will be 145 years. we'll have a special celebration anniversary of the seminary. And then we also have a very, very special celebration of the camp meeting landing in Anderson.
Absolutely.
And so we're going to lift all of these things that week, and it is going to be exciting. Would you block those dates out and get yourself ready to come to Anderson? We have the Massey Preaching Clinic first half of the week, and we are ending that week with a bang with the Anderson camp meeting. So come on home. And we're excited. I think
Come
this
on.
is some great news to share the week of
Absolutely.
Thanksgiving.
It's exciting.
And we will be providing more information and details. Again, for the Preaching Clinic, visit anderson.edu. And we will be dropping our information for camp meeting registration and all of that good stuff very soon. So stay tuned. But we thank God that we are the Church of God, and the Church of God is alive. And we want to welcome you back to Anderson Camp Meeting. So come on home.
Come home.
Yeah. Dr. Frymire, thank you for coming over.
Thank you, Brother Monté. You're a good man. I appreciate you. Love you
As
dearly.
are you. And thank God for you. And I want you all to have a great Thanksgiving. May the Lord bless you. Share this post. Tell somebody. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And I assure you, we are going to have an amazing time right here in Anderson, Indiana in June 2026. God bless you. Thank you so much.